So, ladies and gentlemen, the La Liga title is in Barcelona's reach. This weekend is a very, very big weekend because by the end of this weekend, Barcelona could be crowned La Liga champions. We could all but confirm and wrap up the league season, the league title, and the title race this weekend, depending on how results go in Barca's game, but also in the Madrid game. But before we talk about Real Madrid's game on Sunday, Barcelona have to get the job done tomorrow at the Estadio El Sadar, Barcelona away to Osasuna. We have to get all 3 points. Nothing else will do. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is the match preview of the Barcelona versus Osasuna game, guys, where I'm going to give you guys all of the build-up and all of the things you need to know heading into this huge weekend of games, guys. So make sure you guys smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, all of the beautiful stuff, and make sure you guys get in the comment section below and let me know every single thing that I do talk about during this preview, guys, and let me know your thoughts on all of it. But ladies and gentlemen, as far as the preview goes, let's do this. Now, like I mentioned, guys, this is a huge weekend. We start the weekend for the title race on Saturday against Osasuna at the Estadio El Sadar. It's going to be the late kickoff, guys. The late kickoff is going to be at 3 p.m. For those of you guys who live around this side of the world in the United States, it will also be starting around 9 p.m. Spanish time and 8 p.m. GMT, guys, for those of you guys who live around the western side of the world, guys. But like I mentioned, this is a big game. It is first versus ninth. This should be a very, very interesting game because Osasuna, they have had a very, very good season. They're doing well. They are mid-table. They're doing their thing, and they have been pretty good, right? And we've seen them a few weeks ago beat Real Madrid, which basically opened this title race. If you guys remember, after the international break, that big win that they had, that 2-1 win, was where basically you would kind of look at and say, that was probably where the collapse of Real Madrid really started. So they've already shown that they have a lot to give in this game, and they are disruptors. They look like they are here to disrupt these games, guys. But for Barcelona, this is huge. Now, as far as this game is concerned, this is a very, very interesting game because last season we did play Osasuna. They were the first team to give Hansi Flick his first league defeat. That is another thing people need to take into mind. Osasuna have already shown that they can get it done against Barcelona, but that was last season. Even though last season we did lose to them, right? Our record out there is actually not bad at all. If you actually look at the record of Barcelona versus Osasuna at the Estadio El Sadar, apart from last season, you would have to go all the way back to 2012, ladies and gentlemen, to see the last time we lost to Osasuna, guys. So we have a very good record against them. In 12 games, we've only lost 2 games against them. So that is something I would say as a Barca fan that gives me a lot of confidence and a lot of belief heading into this game. But we're going to talk about the lineup and basically some of the things that might not give me 100% confidence. But like you see over here, they have clearly shown that they can get it done. But if you also look at these head-to-head records, you will also notice a lot of draws in this game, right? They have had a few draws against us, and that would really, really, really put a little bit of a snag or a little bit of annoyance to the title race. But that clearly shows you that they are a team that gives it a go, right? And, they are a team that is going to give it their all when it comes down to it. And they do have a lot of players that could be a problem and that could be an issue going into this game. One of them, ladies and gentlemen, is this man right here. This man right here, ladies and gentlemen. Ante Budimir, the Croatian striker, the 34-year-old, last season had a great game against us. For those of you guys who remember last season, he scored a brace, had an amazing performance, right? And he absolutely ripped our defense to shreds. Well, guess what? In the 25-26 season, he has shown no signs of slowing down. This season, he's got 16 La Liga goals, right? He is on his groove, and he's a player that is an old-fashioned striker. He is very similar to the ilks of the Moricis of the world, right? Those kinds of old traditional number 9s, finishers, right? And he is definitely a finisher of the highest level when it comes to Spanish football. He's a very, very good finisher. He's shown to do it in the games that matter. And he's going to be a big, big, big problem, right? So Barcelona need to keep that in mind going into this game. Obviously, they do have other players that they will also be looking at, guys like Ruben Garcia, right? Who's got their most assists this season, maybe not a lot with 5 assists, but he's another one that could be a problem. Barcelona might need to keep their eye on him also. If you look at their defense play, they do have players like Valentin Rosier, right? Who's a French international, right? Very, very good player. They do have a lot of good players in their team. Javi Galan, right? Who former Atletico play, if I'm not mistaken. He does play for them. He's another one that could be an issue. They do have a lot of players in their defense that could be an issue. And these players I just mentioned, like Rosier and Galan, are both fullbacks, right? They're two players that could give Barcelona a lot of problems as far as the wing positions is concerned, but also, guys, in the defensive positions as far as our wingers is concerned, and also going forward, right? That could be an issue. But Barcelona, there's a lot that we have to look at amongst ourselves too when you look at basically the squad going into this game, because there is a lot of players that are going to be missing for this game. Obviously, some of the players that we already know, like the Yamals of the world, the Bernards of the world, Christensen, and all these guys that we've already known are not a part of the team, or not going to be a part of the team for the rest of the season. There is some players that are not going to be available. One of them is going to be Jules Koundé, guys. He did accumulate too many cards, so he will not be available for this game against Osasuna, right? And considering his form going into this game, maybe that might not be a bad thing, right? It might not be a bad thing for Barcelona. And the big one, guys, as you guys notice in the list, is Rafinha. Now, Rafinha has been back in training this week, and there is a lot of hope that we might be seeing him in this game. Now, there's no confirmation yet, right? The manager hasn't really confirmed that Rafinha is going to be playing in this game. And also, Hansi Flick is not that kind of manager that usually predicts or gives a, idea of what his lineup could look like. But a lot of the talk is that there's a potential of us seeing Rafinha in this game. Now, obviously, a lot of that is also because of the game that is happening next week, which is the El Clasico. And with him returning from injury, this might be a good opportunity to see him. Even if it's going to be for a few minutes, it's important for him to have match sharpness. And that is why I would say, keep your eye on this. This could be it. We might see Rafinha in this game. I repeat, do not be surprised if you do see him in this game. But as far as the lineup going into this game is concerned, this, ladies and gentlemen, is my predicted lineup. This is the lineup that I think likely we're going to see. I'm not guaranteeing a lot of these guys, but I do have a lot of reason to think that this is the lineup he will go with. In goal, as you guys can see, I've gone with Jean Garcia. That is a no-brainer. That's probably the easiest player to call up in this lineup. The defense, guys, I think he's going to keep the same defense that we had last week, which did pretty well against Getafe, right? I have to say, Kobashi and Gerard Martin did their job in that game, and I do expect to see both of them start in this game. And as far as right back is concerned, like I mentioned, no Koundé, so I do expect to see Eric Garcia most likely start in this game at right back. But then again, we could also see Flick play Jean Cancelo at left back and start Balde. He's a manager that he's very pragmatic, but he's kind of been trusting Cancelo a lot at the left back position, and that's why I'm going with him playing at left back. Midfield, Now, this is going to be the one where I feel like, if there's any place I could get wrong in this entire team, it could be the midfield. There's a lot of midfielders that are in there. We've seen Gavi play a lot recently, especially in the starting 11, but he's been played out wide. And that is why I don't think he's going to start in this game. I think it's most likely going to be Pedri and Frankie de Jong. And the reason why I think he's going to play this midfield specifically is, like I mentioned, something to do with the game coming up next week, right? I think he's trying to give Frankie de Jong more match sharpness because, let's be real, right? When they're all fit, I think his preferred midfield is de Jong and Pedri. So I do expect to see de Jong start in the midfield alongside Pedri. With Fermin Lopez starting in the 10 in this game, I am starting him out in the 10. I think Dani Olmo is going to be sitting on the bench in this game. I think he's going to be benched in this game. We're going to see Fermin Lopez start. And Rashford is going to be rewarded for his performance last week with a start in this game on that left-hand side. I do expect him to start in this game because, there's a few games left. And, big game coming up next week. And if he can perform in this game against Osasuna, that basically gives him a big opportunity to start in the Clásico. Ronnie Bagdaji, I expect him to start in this game as well. I do expect him to start on the right. And I think he will be the one to basically make way for Rafinha if he does come on in this game. And in the attack, guys, fortunately, guys, as much as I would like to see Robert Lewandowski start in this game, and as impressed as I was with his performance, I think it's most likely we are going to see Ferran Torres start in this game. And for me, this is the lineup that I think he's gonna go with, guys. Let me know in the comment section below, guys. What about the lineup, guys? What do you guys think of the lineup I put up, guys? Do you think that which changes do you think he might make? Which players do you think might start in this game, guys? Let me know about all of it, guys. Now, like I mentioned, this is a big game. Huge game. Barcelona could clinch the league title. If Barcelona win against Osasuna and Real Madrid fail to beat Espanyol on Sunday, then Barcelona will be league champions going into that Clásico. But if we draw points and Real Madrid draw points, then that would make it kind of irritating because that means that we'll have to win the Clásico, which at the end of the day, Barcelona, a lot of Barca fans might look at. But for me, I kind of look at this and I think there's a lot riding on this. Because if Barcelona win, and let's say we secure the league title this weekend, we have a potential of trying to fight for the 100 points at the end of the season. And who knows, I don't know how much these players or the manager wants it, but we will see. As far as what do I think is going to happen is concerned, I think this game is going to be extremely tough, right? We do have a lot of players missing, like, Yamal, who we would have looked at in this game. And even though Rafinha is returning, he's returning back from injury. So, do I trust these players to be able to get the job done against Osasuna? Unfortunately, guys, I don't think we're going to win this game. As much as I want to be optimistic, as much as I want to believe, but I do believe that we will not lose this game either. So, I'm going for a draw. I'm going with Osasuna 2, Barcelona 2. We're going for the draw, guys. Even though we've only drawn one game this season, I'm going for a draw on this one. But guys, you let me know in the comment section below, guys. What is your prediction of this game, guys? What do you guys think is going to be the result? Do you think Barcelona can get the job done? Do you think we can clinch the league title this weekend, or do you think we'll just have to wait another week and get it done in the Clásico, guys? Let me know in the comment section below. Make sure you guys smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, all of the beautiful stuff. And as always, Visca Barca, take care.